Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another manga chapter review. I am the Rat, and this is the Rat's Nest. Today, I am here with Kyle. Say hi, Kyle.
Hi, everyone.
With our first ever One Piece chapter review. Woo! This will hopefully be weekly. If we could keep making that happen. But yeah, so we're here, chapter 1055. We would have done 1054, but we were on vacation whenever it dropped. And so we couldn't. So we're here. We're back from the month break, and we survived it, Kyle. We survived the month break of One Piece.
I think it was well worth it. I really like this new chapter. And not just because I get to see Robin again, but a lot of good stuff happened in it.
Yeah, so let's just let's start going over it. So it starts with the continuing the battle from last chapter with Green Bull versus Momo and Yamato. We just get to see. I was gonna say we just get to see more of the woods fruit, and kind of how it's so interesting how Oda has handled Green Bull with introducing him and then making him like powerful and then making him like not powerful. Like it, I just don't like. I mean, was it cool to see him introduced here? Yeah, I think maybe it would have been better to introduce him later when he could have done more stuff than for 3 chapters. And I don't know, he might do some more stuff after this. But it's messing with power scalers. And so it's funny.
I mean, it's one of those where I see him as he's pretty powerful, but he literally walked into the land of Wano, and as we see later, like Shanks is there trying to like stopping him, like Shanks, Yamato, a lot of, and there's other people. I mean, like the cat. We've seen a lot of how powerful them, like Raizo, and who's the one with like the blue hair samurai.
The blue-haired samurai, Odinjiro?
Yeah, we've seen like they're really powerful. So all of them fighting against Green Bull, like it's not that he's weak. It's just that they are really strong. And so 5 or 6 of them fighting him, especially multiple people with fire attacks, which is a somewhat natural weakness to Woods. Like it's fair enough that how the fight's going. I don't think it's messing with any power scaling.
Well, no, it's more the Admiral himself. No, he was creaming them in the fight. There's no question about how he was creaming them. But people get mixed up about him leaving after Shanks shows up. And I think it's fair because
who's gonna pick up
Shanks is an emperor, and what's one admiral going to do against an emperor crew?
And that's what happened in Marineford, where Shanks showed up, and all 3 admirals were like, "All right, we're not doing this."
Yeah, it's just I wonder if maybe Green Bull's introduction could have been better than a little 3 chapter something. But I have enjoyed seeing him.
I have too. I like his powers where he can like deflect the fire. He can suck nutrients out of people. It's pretty good for the type of power you'd expect.
Yes, I will say that I'd expected him to be a Paramecia, not a Logia.
Yeah, I think Logia fits though. The running trend.
And then after that, we get the whole Robin segment with Kozuki.
And
Kozuki
Law.
Sukiyaki, sorry.
Law is there.
Yes, Law is there. Good to see Law again. It's been a second.
And then, because at first, whenever reading it naturally, where he's telling like Kaido and Orochi, they never knew about this route, but whenever Jack was here, they discovered it, and they're like, "Well, why would you say that?" And they look, and it's just all of the old Wano underwater, and I thought that was a really cool reveal.
Yeah,
years ago, Wano existed underwater, and I'm not going to get all the details, but they explained the geological changes in Wano and how the old parts of it from 800 years ago sank, and so they had to relocate and rebuild higher up on a mountain. I don't know, it was just an interesting type of Oda making an island's history.
Yeah, and it gives us more, like, I guarantee you this will be talked about whenever we learn about the Void Century. Because it was at the end of the Void Century that this all happened. So it's like, why did it happen? That's the question.
Yeah, and then we get the 3rd road poneglyph. And also, because, going all the way back to when they talked about it in, like, Alabasta with Pluton, we finally get to see Pluton. Oh no,
we don't get to see it, but
sorry, I was going to say we get to see Pluton talked about again.
Yes, I'm pretty sure it was Alabasta because
it was also Enies Lobby.
Was Enies Lobby Pluton?
Yeah, because Frankie destroyed the Pluton.
That's right. Yeah.
Schematics.
Is Pluton Poseidon, and is it Neptune or Uranus?
I don't know. It could be either.
Yeah, whatever. We'll be revealed eventually, probably.
It was also a good reveal that for Pluton to come back, like where it's located, they have to break Wano's borders. Because how it's worded is, in order to retrieve Pluton, the walls need to be torn down. In other words, opening the borders means destroying the country's natural defense and unleashing an ancient weapon onto the world.
Yeah, and it's interesting how like once the walls are torn down, Pluton comes out. So it's like how does that play into stuff, you know?
Yeah, I mean, if Wano being the location of Pluton, the super weapon, that's gonna hold relevance later.
We also know that from the one super weapon that we know of being Poseidon, they're not conventional because Poseidon isn't a weapon. It's Shirahoshi and the Ark, who will lead the Sea Kings. Isn't that the translation for it? The Sea Kings will lead them, and she can control them. And so the weapon's insanely powerful, but they are a bit kind of unconventional. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing more of them. I know people have a theory that Zunatia is one of the weapons. And it's an interesting enough theory.
I can see that. Zunatia could just walk up to an island, smack it with its trunk, and wipe out a solid third of the island in one hit.
Because it's the question of what is Zunatia and what role did Zunatia play in the Void Century with Joy Boy?
He knew Joy Boy.
Yeah, he was one of Joy Boy's companions, according to Momo.
Yeah. And then what else? Okay, so after this, because I mean, there's not much else we can really add on to this. It's just kind of a wait to see what happens. But it's nice
to see Shanks. Shanks uses his Conqueror's hockey. That's kind of based.
Oh yeah. Also, I really like Momonosuke's moment here, where he says, like, he's telling Yamato, "Don't fight," and they're like, "Why not?" And he says, "If we must ask for help from those who are about to leave, then we will never be able to protect Wano like on our own."
Yeah. Momonosuke's really grown up. He's been such a good character to see his development.
And then he does a Kaido, just shoots him with a laser beam. It was funny.
Yeah. And we get to see Shanks use hockey. That was pretty based.
Isn't this like the first? Okay, the first weapon attack he ever did was blocking Akainu's fist with his sword, and was like, "Do you really want to do this fight?" And now he's shooting hockey from across the ocean as like an energy, and is once again proposing, "Do you really want to do this fight?"
Yeah. And we don't know if Shanks has a devil fruit or not. Personally, I think he's just hockey because Roger was just hockey. And we get to see a bit of that insanely strong hockey here. So it's just it's interesting. I'm gonna leave us off with a little theory that I saw, in that we saw Big Mom and Kaido launched into a magma pool beneath Wano. Well, it just so happens that Pluton is under Wano as well.
I was literally about to make the joke ending off the episode of like, who knows? Maybe Kaido and Big Mom will come back.
Yeah, they were shot under Wano to potentially where Pluton is.
Well, they were launched into a volcano, like lava. They fell in lava.
What if Mount Fuji is Pluton?
I would really hope.
What if it's like a huge volcano?
I guess so, but man, can we just have people stop talking about how Kaido and Big Mom are going to come back? If they come back, that's cool, but like for the sake of my mentality, I really hope that 71 chapters was enough to satisfy the masses of fighting Kaido.
If Kaido and Big Mom come back, they will only play a role in a later arc. Wano is not finished yet, but is almost finished. And if Kaido and Big Mom come back at the end of Wano, I mean, I won't say I'll 100% be disappointed no matter what happens, because Oda could write it well. I just really don't want it to happen.
Yeah, I mean, this seems like a proper send-off where, okay, the Navy guy shows up, Shanks scares him out of. I like the little panel where he says, "Look, I'm not picking a fight with you guys, not yet," and then he's like, "All right, I'll leave." Yeah, and then it was a touching moment to see them just sitting watching it, and because they were like sensing the fight, and then he's like, "That was some monstrous hockey," and then Luffy's like, "It made me think of someone." I was like, "Oh, that was sweet."
Yeah. Yeah, so that's pretty much it.
So, yeah.
You have anything else to add, Kyle?
No, not really. I mean, it was a good chapter. I really hope that Big Mom and Kaido don't come back. And if they do, I don't know. It could be good, but I just want to see what One Piece happens without threat of those two.
Yeah.
Just want to see how it progresses without them.
They've had their time. With that, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe and pat Trevor on the head. And I will see you again this Wednesday for Chainsaw Man Chapter 101 review. And if you haven't yet, and you're a fan of One Piece, I did a review of One Piece Volume 2 that aired yesterday as to when this will upload, probably. And after that, we got One Piece next week. And I hope you all enjoyed this video. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.